Round 5 of the championship took the teams to Spain for the 35th Rallye Catalunya Costa Brava. The event consisted of 19 stages run over 400 competitive kilometres and also marked the return of Freddie Loix after his accident at the Safari Rally. The Belgian missed the last round in Portugal but was confident of carrying on where he'd left off.
Yes, I'm very well and I'm very happy because yesterday I did my first drive with the rally car on the tarmac and straight away I had a good feeling, no pain anymore, so yeah, it's okay.
Fully recovered, Loix hoped to repeat the performance of last year when he finished second. Catalunya was the first all-tarmac event of the season after 4 rounds run on loose or snow-covered surfaces. The abrasive nature of some of the stages meant that drivers had to be careful with their tyres, in addition to adjusting their driving styles.
Well, obviously from gravel, you try not to slide the car around too much. The more you slide the car around, the more work the tyres have to do, and the more likely it is that they'll lose some performance before the end of the stage. So you try and keep it fairly neat as if you're on a racetrack, but obviously there's other things which sort of conspire against you, so you don't always get the chance. Like it's faster if you cut inside some corners and that kind of thing.
The drivers would cover 135 kilometres in the opening leg, which took them north around Vic and Girona through 8 stages that have long been part of the rally. Tommy Mäkinen, as championship leader, started first on the road, but would soon encounter problems.
Pirron pitkä oikein nopea helppo ja pitkä vasen nopea. Ja oikein nopea 3.
The sheer number of spectators, which are normally well controlled by marshals and local police, made the stage too dangerous for the competitors to continue.
Stage 1 has been cancelled. Stage 1 has been cancelled and be run as a road section. I'll confirm stage 2 as soon as I have some more details.
The fans weren't too disappointed as they made their way to the next section. Restarting at stage 2, McRae and Griss were hoping for a top 3 finish until the 5th test.
We think that it must have been a gradual failure. As soon as we left service, this part started to fail. It got to the point where we had no power. We could still drive, but we had no power. So we drove through the whole of stage 5, stopping at one point to check something in the middle of the stage to see if it was that. But we were talking to the service as we were going, and finished that stage losing 4 minutes, carried on to the next and drove through the next with exactly the same problem.
Didier Auriol suffered problems of his own on the same stage, breaking 2 wheel rims. But the ATS Moose worked and the Frenchman was the fastest of the WRC drivers, winning stages 6 and 7 to end his day in 3rd, 1 place in front of his teammate. Carlos Sainz and Luis Moya were on home ground. The Spaniard was not short on local support and reported no problems, finishing the day 7 seconds behind Auriol. It had been nearly a year since Freddie Loix last drove on asphalt, and he took it steady, gaining confidence on every stage to end the leg in 6th. It was the Formula 2 Citroens that set the pace on the opening day. The 2-wheel drive 2-litre cars have a greater power-to-weight ratio than the WRC cars, giving them an advantage on asphalt. Philippe Bogowski used that advantage to lie second at the end of the first leg, while Spaniard Jesus Perez won 4 of the day's stages to open up an overnight lead of 7 seconds. Leg 2 took the drivers southwest along 6 stages and 169 kilometres around Tarragona. There was no repeat of the Leg 1's crowd control problems, and the first stage would run as planned. But there were problems for rally leader Jesus Perez. His car refused to start, and the Spaniard had no option but to retire. That meant teammate Philippe Bogowski inherited the lead. The Frenchman still had to perform on the road though. Didier Auriol was quickest over stage 11, wary of Sainz not far behind. But the Spaniard dropped back after losing time on stage 13. Tommy Mäkinen lost time too after receiving a 1-minute penalty for jump-starting the day's opening stage. He dropped to 5th. Loic's benefiting moved up to 4th. Subaru were concerned about the lack of grip from their Pirellis.
Loic's +2, Burns +10, Thierry +15.
Burns enjoyed a trouble-free run on the day's longest stage to move into a point-scoring position. McRae was not so fortunate. After winning 2 tests, he suffered a puncture. The time lost added to the previous day's setback ruled him out of contention.
Pleased with the performance today that Colin's done, and disappointed that we've actually had to pull out of a rally. It's not really the thing that you want to do. I mean, really we would have retired probably last night, bearing in mind what happened yesterday. But because we've got so little testing, mileage, etc. on dry asphalt, we felt it was very important to continue today to learn out and give us the right specification, and to work along with Michelin developing the right tyre combination as well for Corsica for the long stages that we'll encounter out there.
After 2 straight wins, it was a disappointing end to McRae's rally. The third and final leg consisted of 5 stages, covering 91 kilometres and finishing on Lorette de Mar's seafront. Bogowski notched up another 2 fastest stage times and led by 34 seconds going into the final test. The lightweight Citroën was at home on the flowing stages of the Catalan mountains. Didier Auriol's hopes of catching the Citroën driver faded fast. The Toyota driver won the final stage, but ultimately had to be satisfied with 2nd place. Carlos Sainz had started the day 3rd, and while catching his teammate was looking unlikely, at least his podium position appeared secure. But the local hero's awful luck struck again. The Spaniard suffered 2 punctures and damaged his fan belt, dropping him out of the top 6.
We are out of the points, yeah? Is there any chance for us? Do you want us to try to change the alternator belt ourselves and try to continue, or I think we're going to stop here?
Freddie Loix drove steadily over the final day, experiencing no problems, but was no match for his teammate, who won 2 stages to pass the Belgian for 3rd.
Tommy is going very, very quick at the moment, and it's impossible for me to do the same times as him. For me now, I think more to the finish.
Loix made it to the end in 4th, 1 place in front of Burns, while Bogowski had done enough to give a Formula 2 car outright victory in a World Championship event for the first time.
I am very, very happy. For Citroën is a good day, and for Philippe Bogowski it's good day.
For us, on the start of the season, we say, okay, for the manufacturer, the kit car don't take point, but why not the pilot also? I mean, we do the Championship World driver.
While the World Rally Championship drivers were unhappy about points being lost to Formula 2, no one could deny that Bogowski deserved the victory. The Citroëns had led from start to finish, taking their first World Championship win. In the championship, Mäkinen still led ahead of Auriol and McRae.